Or it, kicks up.
Yeah.
But for the replay, look, and we're opposite. So you're over here.
Oh, you're not opposite for me. You're right there.
Okay. And I think we are, almost. 29, 30. Okay. Oh, I guess it's not doing it yet.
How can you tell? It looks like we've been on for 37 minutes.
Oh, now it's on.
I mean, 37 seconds.
Now it is. Oh, you know what? My link tree is not pinned. Hootie hoo, gang. Yeah. Kath, I can't get it right now.
I
can't get it right now.
Is this the camera? I think so.
This is it. Here we go. Hey, everybody, look at who I have here.
It's me.
I have Steph. My friend Steph.
Sweaty Steph.
Sweaty Steph. No, we're not calling her Sweaty Steph. Because that will hang on for you forever. Steph, who sells stuff by the seashore.
That's what
a lot of you asked me where I got my necklace. This is where I got it. And then I got a nice shawl. And I love it. And that's who I got it from. Yep. And she is absolutely adorable. She's funny. You guys will love her. So let's get to know her. Hi, Steph.
Hi, Calamity.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'm good.
How's the weather?
Happy to be here.
How's your weather?
It's actually very well. I shouldn't say anything. I'm right on the beach, so it's never as hot as anywhere else, but it's hot for us.
And what beach is that?
The Pacific Ocean.
But Carlsbad.
Oh my goodness! You pinpointed me exactly already. You're not supposed to know down to the little drop point.
No, that's all
North
all
County,
I know.
San Diego on the beach.
Okay. Oh, lovely, lovely. So, how far away from the beach are you?
It's I mean, if I was a younger person with more motivation, I could walk there in 10 minutes.
Oh, so nice. So nice.
It might even be closer than that. I haven't tried walking there. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Well, I would opt for Uber.
Well, it's too close for Uber. You pretty much. It's really
Not
too
if you
close
pay.
to even ask for a ride. People would be like, "Really?
Yeah.
You can't walk." I'm gonna shut this curtain real quick because you mind? I'm so sorry. I just realized.
Right ahead. No, go right ahead. Hey guys, let's see who's in here. Well, I'm on the wrong chat. Make sure your chat is on the live chat so you see everything. Mockingjay, Aquamarine, Sir Sean, Wormy.
Okay. Yeah, that's better. That's way better.
I thought Kath wasn't going to be here today.
Hi, Kath. Hi, Aquamarine Blue.
Some of you guys know Steph. So, Steph, I know that this is going to be an awkward question for you.
Already?
But tell us who you are.
That's a wide open question.
Okay.
Who am I? I mean, as much as I want YouTube to know who I am, which is if you come to my channel, you'll see I'm just kind of an open book. But I don't know. I was born and raised in Southern California on the beach, so I grew up with surfer culture that I never felt I belonged in, and I'm much more of an urban person. I really like the city. I've lived in multiple. See, already something's happening here. Okay. I've lived in lots of major cities around the country. I have a very rich and colorful past.
Okay.
But something that's always since I was a little kid, like my mom, we used to go like picking up aluminum cans on the side of the road in the 70s to
Mhm.
like turn in for money, for lunch money and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
she was always doing like swap meets, garage sales, that kind of stuff. So
Mhm.
it's just in me. So my
Okay.
whole life that's kind of been my passion and the thing that's easiest to do without trying. So
Okay. So was mom kind of like a free spirit type thing?
yeah, she was.
Okay.
She
Oh yeah.
was, but it was she was also raised Mormon.
Oh.
So my whole side of my mom's family is Mormon, but she was like the wild child in the Mormon family. So
Okay. Okay. And how um no, I'm not going to ask you that. That's
you
rude.
can ask me anything you want.
Um
I just might
and
not answer.
and how can I ask how old you are?
I just turned 60
The big 60. Good for you. And you're starting
last week.
all over again on YouTube.
What?
I mean, this is so fun. I mean, I feel like I'm starting my life all over again.
It's a whole new life. It's a
It
whole
is a
new
whole new
life
life.
discovering YouTube and
Yeah.
having a
Yeah.
YouTube family and
Mhm.
meeting
Mhm.
all of you it's been absolutely magical. Nothing I would have ever expected.
Oh, so you're so precious. But it's true. It's like that. It's like that.
Mhm.
So, you made a comment just a moment ago where you said you never felt you belonged when you were growing up in the area. How come?
I
Like,
mean, it was very, very, very typical.
no, that was me and letting my dogs. Oh, she got a phone call, you
But
guys.
am I still
Okay.
here? No, now I'm
Yep, you're here.
frozen.
You're here.
But I'm
You're
frozen.
frozen. Yeah.
All right, let me what
You
do I
can
do?
go out and come back in.
Okay. And I'm going to turn on do not disturb.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I had a
Don't
feeling.
worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's kickback. It's very kickback. So, you guys, you are really going to enjoy this. You're going to really enjoy this, especially some. Oh, Wormy, I hope you feel better. I hope you feel better. Yeah. Hi, Tanya. Good to see you. Kath, how are you feeling? I might not see your response if she comes back up. I hope you do. I hope you are feeling well, you're feeling kind of crummy because you just had your treatment today. Duh. Yeah. So, um, you know,
Oh,
there
I just
she
went.
is.
You couldn't hear me though. I don't know how to turn
No,
on do not disturb.
that's okay. That's
Okay.
okay. Mhm. So, you
Oh,
said you
I
never
remember.
felt like you belonged.
Well, it's very typical Southern California surf culture. So it's like everybody was really skinny and really tan and really blonde and they all, I mean, I did grow up on the beach going to the beach, but the cool people were, you know,
Mhm.
thin and tan and blonde and it's just a different, I always felt more at home with a larger culture.
Gotcha.
So as
Gotcha.
soon as I was able to move to a big city, that's where I was like, okay, here I
Oh my gosh.
am.
Accident, thank you for your continued support of 12 months. I thank you, sweetie. Thank you.
Hi,
Um,
Allison. Hi, Sir
this is my
John.
friend Steph. We're gonna find out about all about Steph. Yeah. So, what were you like in high school? I ask everybody that.
Okay. High school was, I mean, I think pretty typical as far as that's when you start really becoming an individual, right?
Mm-hmm.
Outside of your
Mm-hmm.
parents and all that kind of stuff. So I was pretty excited about that. My parents were mostly not involved at that point. So
Okay.
I had a lot of
Okay.
freedom.
Oh, okay.
So I ran around and did, but I mostly hung out with like kind of the artistic, intellectual theater kind of
Mhm.
what would
Mhm.
be considered geeks around here. But
Mhm. Mhm.
now they're the cool people.
Right? You were the OG.
I was the OG.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, that was it. I didn't care about school. Um, I just wanted to be an artist and move to the city, basically.
What
So
kind of artist?
I did a lot of painting and photography. I really got into
Oh,
photography in high school, and
yeah.
yeah, my first little dream was to go be like a photographer for Rolling Stone. I wanted to be the next Annie Leibovitz.
So, did you have a subscription to Rolling Stone?
Of course, I did.
Of course. Duh. Yeah.
No, I was,
So,
yes, I was very into that stuff.
so you moved to a big city. What big city was the first one you moved to?
San Francisco.
Okay, let's hear about that.
And that was the first place I felt 1000% at home.
Really? Now,
Um,
this was in the 80s?
the first, yes, 80, let me get it right, 86, 87,
Okay.
87, 87. I moved to
Okay.
San Francisco. And then I was there for 10 years, probably around 10 years. But then I was working for Greenpeace. I'm a
Okay.
big environmentalist and I worked for
Mhm.
Greenpeace that whole time. And they had a thing called tour projects.
Mhm.
And so bands of that era, the big bands of that era, would bring us on the road with them to set up a table. I started recycling programs all across the country that had never had recycling before. Um,
Oh my gosh.
and recycle this stuff off the tour buses and just, and have a little table in the lobby and get people to sign up and learn. And
Mhm.
so
And
that was,
so are you able to drop some names of your bands that you
I mean, literally anyone in that, like, if you think about 1990,
mhm.
like around 89, 90, 90, up until I think 93 or 94, I did that. I mean, I don't know. A million of them. I don't even know where to
Oh,
start.
well. Well, if one pops in your mind, let us know.
Well, there, you
So,
two. We did you two.
get out of
We did,
here.
no, yeah, we did Paul McCartney. We did, I know it was like, yeah, it was all, and smaller bands too, and up and
How did you
coming.
get
But
into this?
I was working for Greenpeace, and and actually it was the Grateful Dead started it, which I've
Okay.
never been to a Grateful Dead show.
Okay, so you're not a deadhead?
I'm not a deadhead, but
Okay.
I blend in pretty well with those guys.
Okay. Let my dogs in. They're going making me
Aw,
crazy.
poor puppies.
Come on. Oh no, don't poor puppies them. They've got the life.
I'm sure they do.
Uh, so so go on.
Where, what was that? I don't know. Oh yeah, there was. I guess there were a couple of people, excuse me, that worked for Greenpeace already that were deadheads and started kind of just talking about Greenpeace at the dead shows, and then they came up with the idea, why don't we just tour with you guys? And then the first band that really like took us on was REM. REM was like, "You're coming with us," and started the REM thing. And then it just blew up after that.
How many people did this?
Um, in the beginning, I mean, when I was doing it, there were probably about, I'd say, 6 to 8 of us.
Oh, okay.
And
So it was
then I think when it was the biggest, I mean, there still was never more than I think. I'll say on really just because maybe I live under a rock. I never knew more than 10 people doing it. There could have been as many as 20 at one point, but
So it was pretty intimate.
it was very intimate.
Okay. And did you guys have exposure to the bands?
We ate dinner with them
Okay.
every night. We travel.
Mhm.
We went on tour buses with them a lot of times. Like they
Mhm. How was
took us
that?
with them, stayed in the hotel. It was like you would think. It was like
Well,
hanging out with the rock stars.
and so what was that like?
It was fun.
Okay.
It was fun. It was fun. And we got to go. I mean, for someone like me, I mean, there were people, some of the techs and stuff didn't, it just depended on if you enjoyed being on the road or if you would
Mhm.
rather be at home, right? Because for a lot of the people it was their job. And
Mhm.
and they were like, well, I'd rather just be home all the time. But
Yeah.
for someone like I wanted to see everything. And
Yeah.
I did. I've been to every city and many smaller towns, every state in the continental US. Yeah, I even went to
Terrific.
Alaska with one of the bands. So
You
yeah,
what?
went to Alaska.
Oh.
So Hawaii
Wha-
is the only place I actually haven't been.
We're
But
Hawaii? Okay.
mhm.
Okay. Wow.
But yeah,
So,
and for a thrifter,
mhm.
I mean, these were the golden days.
Heck
So
yeah.
I was dating a guitar tech at one time,
Mhm.
and we would every single city he would be a couple days ahead. He'd be mapping it out on the old Rand McNally's, before the
Oh, is that what
internet,
they do?
right? That's what he did. He would call up because you had to look the phone book up 411, and he would go call 411 and give me a list of thrift stores. And in every town he'd map them all out on the map, and in every town we'd go to the thrift stores.
I love it.
So
So what
that was amazing for
I
someone like me.
bet. Because what is that one TV show? The Pickers, American Picker.
Oh, I don't even know that show.
You don't know about the American Pickers? Oh, let me tell you.
I only
They
watch YouTube.
I know you can find them on YouTube. You know what?
Okay.
They are amazing thrifters and antiquers. Um,
Okay.
American Pickers.
Okay. I'll remember
Yeah,
that. That's easy to remember.
yeah. And so, um, what do you feel that at that time in your life you were just you were young and carefree and all of your needs pretty much are being taken care of because you were on the
Everything.
road?
Yep. Yep.
Everything.
It was a great experience.
How many years did that happen? How were you doing this for?
I mean, I started doing it. I did it from like I did it for like 5 years. Well, no, it was 7. It was about 7 years. 7
Okay.
years.
Okay. And how often were you home?
Not very often.
Yeah.
Not very often. I'd be home, but that was also a magical part of it because I lived in San Francisco. So when the tours run like in the seasons, right? So they'll
Mm,
go 6 weeks on, 2 weeks off, 8 weeks on, a week off, like that. So every time
mhm.
I was off, I
No
was
noodle.
home. So
Okay.
it was like vacation in San Francisco every time I was home.
That's unbelievable. Wow.
I loved it. It was great.
Oh, wow. No, what made you stop doing this?
Well, well, the program kind of ran out. The program
Okay.
started running out, and I mean, the short version is, I mean, I guess what ended up ultimately, so that because I would be off for a little bit, and then they'd call me back and say, "Can you do
Mhm.
this tour?" But when it really finally ended altogether was I got pregnant.
Okay. Yeah, that'd probably do it.
I mean, that's
Okay.
when actually like that life ended. But I
Okay.
was tired of it in the end. There was
Yeah.
like, I wasn't doing it regularly anymore. I just did it when they called me up and would say, like, we need somebody to do this tour. And I'd say,
Mhm.
okay, you know, and
Mhm.
I was getting old. I was feeling like I was, I wanted love and a home. You
Yeah.
started, that biological clock was kind of rolling.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm one moment. I'm so
It's
sorry.
okay.
Forgive me.
No, it's fine.
Um,
Sir Sean.
let me
I can
do
only
this.
see one little chat at a time. Sorry if
You can, if you
I would
hit
love to
the
talk to people, but or see what they.
if you hit the on my phone, it's a little square and it looks like a little talking box. If you hit that and then hit live chat, you should see it coming up.
All the way up the screen, more than just the little.
2/3 up to our
Yeah, I've
foreheads.
got that's what's 2/3 is more than I have. I don't see anything. It's okay.
Okay. Okay. Um,
But just so people know, I'm not ignoring anyone.
oh, I think that they are interest or that they're interested in what they're hearing. Yeah. So, did San Francisco end up? Hi, Anne. Did San Francisco end up being a place where you decided to kind of just put roots down for a little while, or?
No, I I actually left San Francisco on accident.
Oh.
I had a friend in Atlanta that was going on a tour and wanted me to house sit. They said, "You want to come house sit for us and
Mm-hmm.
take care of the dogs and the cats?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?"
Mm-hmm.
And
No
then while
noodles.
I was there, I got asked on another tour where I met the guitar tech, and he lived in New Orleans. So I moved to New Orleans, and
Okay.
so, and then by the time I was ready to go back, well, you know how much it costs to live in San Francisco now. So I, I got priced out.
Yeah. Right.
The .com hit, and yeah. So,
And so, what was your favorite city that you lived in?
um, I mean, I kind of have to say San Francisco, but like if I really had to choose a city, but New York City,
Mm-hmm.
I love New York. It would be really hard for me to pick between San Francisco and New York.
Mm-hmm.
New Orleans was amazing.
It
Chicago was
is.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, More recently, Ann Arbor.
Oh, okay. Ann Arbor, Michigan.
I love the Midwest. I love Michigan. I in love with Michigan.
Would you ever pick up roots from where you are to move to Michigan?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I need. I'm here again because family. Just
Okay.
it's time to be near both. The older and the younger.
No.
It's the time to be. Back
Yes.
home. But
Yeah.
eventually, yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, now see, when I was a flight attendant, I was based in Minneapolis.
You were a
And
flight attendant?
mhm, I
Oh my
was.
god.
So I understand your travels.
Yes,
I
you
mean,
do. I always
mhm.
wanted to be a flight attendant.
You should have done it.
I should have.
Yeah, I did it because I always wanted to, and I was on a mission that you know what I had just seen that movie. I can't remember what movie it was called, but it was about a bucket list.
Okay.
And I said, you know what? I'm not going to die without having done some stuff on my bucket list.
Mm.
So I did it. Yeah.
That's how long did you do that for?
Um,
That's like of all things.
I know.
So you've
Well,
been
you know
probably
what? We'll
everywhere
talk
I've
later.
been. You've been all
We'll
the places too.
Yeah, I got to see the world. It was pretty
Yeah. Oh,
amazing.
even more.
It was pretty amazing. But
Oh.
yeah, we'll talk
Well,
about
no.
that.
Now, how long did you do that for?
Oh, I did that for, well, from including the time that from when I was injured, almost 10 years. Yeah. So,
Wow.
I really, I couldn't believe that they paid me to do that.
Right. That's what I felt like. I can't, like they
Couldn't
paid me
believe
to do
it.
it. It was, yeah, yeah.
I I kind of thought about that with YouTube. How hard can it be? Whoops. Yeah. So
Mm.
okay. Um your favorite band from the time that you were touring with them?
Okay, that I'm glad you asked it that way because I have to say that probably, well, I have to first of all
No.
say Indigo Girls.
Oh.
Indigo Girls treated me very well. Very well. I got per diems from them. I got bonuses. Like they took me on the bus. They put me in the hotel. I got a boyfriend out of them. Um,
Hey.
so I have to say that. But then of all the others, like the ones that were the nicest and the most
Mhm.
helpful and like the most like real gentlemen was Red Hot Chili Peppers.
No kidding. I love the Chili Peppers.
And I
Nice.
was I was scared to go on the road with them actually, but they would help me carry boxes. They were always had compliments. They always like they made us feel
Mhm.
very, very, very at home.
Yeah.
Um, and they were huge, so they knew they wanted us to feel at home. So
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
very, very nice.
Did you feel at home?
I always felt at home on the road. I did.
Good. Good. I did, except for the holidays.
Yeah. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see that. We went home
That.
on holidays. So
Oh,
the
very
bands always go
nice.
home. Yeah. So, but I can understand that.
And as Eggsy says, give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away. I don't know that song.
That's that's it. You just sang it.
Yep, yep. And so, who can, no, I won't ask you that. That's not polite. Um,
Ask.
well, it's not polite to them. I was gonna say,
Oh,
who is
oh.
who is
I know what
the,
you're gonna say.
yeah, and that's not nice. So,
Yeah, you know what? I'll tell you this. I have because I still have all my laminates and itineraries, and I can't even say how many. Maybe I don't know how many bands. I don't know how many. Dozens, at least dozens.
mhm,
Um, and of all the bands, including opening bands,
mhm.
so
Oh yeah.
thinking of all the bands that I was with and got to know, there was literally only two that were not particularly pleasant.
Only two. Oh.
Only two. Everybody else was
Mhm.
amazing.
Yeah. Oh, that's nice to hear, because there's a celebrity that I'd come across who just was the pits, was the pits,
Yeah.
and that, I'm sorry, I I'm not that person. I'm not
Yeah.
going to be that way. So whatever.
Yeah.
Um.
The one
So.
the one that I really, really respected, the one person that
Mhm.
was a bummer, but the way I think of it is it was a long time ago. So I don't
Mhm.
want to say anything now about what happened
Exactly.
then. And it
Mhm.
was a snippet in time. So
Yes.
I don't know what they were going through at that time.
Mhm.
So I mean I have told people, of course, um but I can imagine he's grown up And he's a little more nicer, more well behaved these days, I would hope.
Well, a lot of these guys who are in these bands or girls, in these bands, they're just individuals just like you and me,
Hmm.
and they just have a different job.
Hmm. That's really true. That's really
Mhm.
true. And I think
Mhm.
that that's part of why they wanted, for them, home is on the road as well, right? So they want
Mhm.
that environment to be pleasant. We're going to be with
Okay.
the same 30 people for the entire year, so it's kind of best that we all get along and we make it a home together. And
Mhm.
so I
Yeah.
think, yeah.
Did you ever have an experience that stuck out to you that you're thankful to somebody, for still today?
You mean as
Just
far as the
anything.
band
Yeah, anybody.
in the whole world outside of that topic?
I know outside of no in the bands.
Okay.
Is there anybody who really stands out to you?
There's a few. There's a
Okay.
few. I mean, um, the ones I already mentioned. Uh,
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm probably forgetting something really important, but just like what I said, how most of them were like
Yeah.
very accommodating,
Mhm.
very inclusive,
Yeah.
very, I saw, I just saw a whole other side of that life that,
Yes.
it was fun. There were parties, but really the bottom line was the community, and that they're people, totally regular
Mhm.
people. So,
Would you recommend it for your kids to do?
absolutely.
Yes. Okay.
Absolutely.
How interesting.
Absolutely.
Okay. And so you would recommend it for anybody to do
I would.
if they can.
Yep.
Mhm.
Well, just
That's
for,
terrific.
you really get a, I think the most special part, I have been to Europe and other countries and stuff like that, which is with amazing too. But I think, and this might be going too far now, but I think if everybody could have that kind of experience of getting to know people all over the country, spending
Mhm.
some time in every place in the country, we
Mhm.
wouldn't be so divided, and there'd be more of an understanding of, who we are, like, as Americans, I guess I'd say, like,
A little more cultural
every,
compassion.
you get, yeah, it's not when you spend multiple times in areas that are sometimes I felt like I was in a movie. It was so foreign to me, right?
Mhm.
These
Mhm.
lifestyles, and I'm like, but all of them make up who we are.
Mhm.
And so I think it brings us together
Yeah.
to experience things outside of our own little microcosm.
Do you have any regrets about that time in your life?
The only regret I have, honestly, is not taking pictures.
Mhm.
I was never 100% comfortable enough. I wanted them to think of me as, part of the little touring family. So I never had pictures taken. I thought I was too cool to ask for pictures. I wish I had
Oh,
pictures with all of them.
yeah, yeah. Well, who knows? You never know what people are going to come across on the internet. You never know.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so, I've had a fluke. Um, I should say, I ran into a gal that I went online here that I went to high school with in Costa Mesa, California.
You went to school in Costa Mesa?
I did. Yeah. And I couldn't believe it. We were both like, oh my gosh. And there were like 4,000 people in the chat room.
Wow.
Yeah. So you
Wow.
never know.
You
You
don't
never
ever know.
know.
I've had a
Yeah.
couple people from the past make comments on things. So,
Isn't that fun?
yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about your thrifting a little bit. So you've always did that with your mom, but that was out of necessity.
No, I mean, in the beginning. In the
Okay,
beginning, I think that's how we got into it. But
I see.
once we were in, there was no going back, no matter how much money we made.
What? Tell me
It's
about it. Tell me about thrifting from somebody. Pretend I know zero about it.
zero about it. Oh my
Hmm.
gosh. Well, the number one thing for me is finding unique items. I've always been into antiques. I've always felt like I had a past life. Part of San Francisco is like, I feel like I must have lived there before. I like the Victorians and the molding and the things, the lamps and the furniture and the all the Victorian stuff I've always connected to at like a really deep level. And so that's part of it, just like this fascination with the past,
Hmm.
fascination with history, fascination with I've got a lady hanging on my wall. I'm over here that uh like when you see the like who owned the thing, what did they do with it, I just have always been fascinated with that stuff. Who was she, you know
Yeah,
and
I understand that.
and then
I
there's the level, of course, there's something that's in your blood that's like you got a deal. You got a deal.
Everybody likes a deal.
And
Everybody
that's
does.
the little like, the what do you call it, like the what is that, oh my gosh, here I'm having a 60-year-old moment. What is that, not serotonin, what's the stuff, the
Dopamine.
happy,
Dopamine.
dopamine. It's like a little dopamine shots that happen when you're like, $5.
Yeah. Yeah. My dog is driving me nuts again. Just one second. Go ahead, Noodles. Okay. So, what kind of treasures do you look for?
I am right now, I mean, I've always been all across the board, but like photography and frames. I used to be really into artwork and frames and anything that's handmade. I love old pottery and stuff like that. But now it's jewelry. I am completely like it's I think what's happened is I'm trying to downsize because I was selling swung vases and lots of glass. I love glass, and it takes a lot. It takes a lot to deal with that stuff, and you don't have room for it. And so I started going, well, let me take another, and I just started looking at jewelry more closely. And now I am completely addicted and hooked.
Um, what hooked you?
I think the same, well, that it's small, easy to
Yes.
handle. It's a small collection because I get completely, I mean, look at this. I bury myself in stuff, but I'm pretty good at purging. I collect and then I purge. So I can't, that's what keeps me from being called a hoarder. Is that I do purge. I can get rid of everything and start over. I love that feeling too.
Yeah.
But the jewelry doesn't take up much space. But then it's also more romantic. I keep looking at this lady on my wall. It's like, who wore this? Where did this come from? You
That's what I
know?
feel about this. I love it's so beautiful. And it's all hand done. I was really looking at it. It is. And this
She has good
necklace.
stuff.
And this necklace. Oh, I just love it. So tell me a little bit more about your jewelry and what you look for.
I look for old.
How do
I
you
look
know if
for
it's
old.
old? How do you
Uh,
know?
you, I've always, I don't even know how to describe it. It's just better made. You can
Hmm.
see the aging, the tarnish. They used to do different. There's all sorts of ways of just even different links or different cuts in stone or like. soldering. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm just learning all the really small details. But a lot of it is like how it's if you look at like that, the soldering I've learned a lot from. Like
Oh.
seeing what the back looks like, how it's put together.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, some stuff's obvious, it's old, but that is something that they started in the 90s. They started putting out a bunch of retro, like, doing reproductions of
Yes.
old Victorian stuff. And so you got to be able to tell the difference between those. So it makes it's a little trickier now, but yeah, but it's in the workmanship,
Mm-hmm.
how it's
Mm-hmm.
made. And
Do you spend much time, or have you spent much time studying on how to tell the difference, or is it mainly an experience or a feeling type thing, or here it
well,
comes.
it's always been a feeling type thing for me, but in the past few months, I've probably bought 10 books on the subject. So this is what I'm studying right now.
Studying?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll lay in bed and
Wow.
I'll study it. Yeah, yeah,
Wow. I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
yeah. So, but most of it's still in these pages and not in my head yet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, that's okay, but at least you have a resource to go to if you have a question,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right?
there's lots of good books. Yeah.
Yeah. And so do you Eggsy is and hi Eggsy. We just love Eggsy. He's wondering if you deal in nostalgia like Star Wars. He's really into the sci-fi thing, and then into any Pokemon or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't do that stuff. There are people who do it. They're on
Mhm.
YouTube and they do it. I mean, that's something that's happening right now for sure, is like Y2K. Um like my people that are my daughter's age, and they're looking at their idea of vintage and stuff from their childhood, and that's all that stuff.
Mhm.
So, um
That
but
seems like yesterday to me.
I know, but it's vintage.
Is it really? What makes something vintage?
Well, some people will get in some big fights about this, but
Okay.
I
Let's hear
feel
what your 2 cents are.
I feel very strongly about it, because when I was my daughter's age, when I was in my 20s,
Mhm.
it was the 90s, and the 70s were vintage,
Yep.
right? And I loved everything from the 70s and collecting stuff from the 70s. So my daughter now is in her 20s, in the 2020s, right? So Y2K, year 2000, the 90s and 2000,
Wow.
that's vintage, but they say it's 20 years.
20 years.
20
That's
years
what I
is
was gonna ask
vintage.
you. Does
20
that make
years,
it antique?
100 years is antique.
Oh, boy, was I wrong. Okay.
Yeah, 100 years for it to be antique, and then 20 years vintage, but a lot of people will argue with you about the 20-year vintage thing.
Okay. But
But
you have
I
your
will fight people to the I will no, I feel if what we got to have, like, we shouldn't be poo-pooing younger people today for what they consider vintage, you know?
Sure, of course not. Of course not. Now, um I'm looking at some of these questions. Do you deal with any kind of stones?
I like stones.
Hmm.
What do you mean? Do I deal
All right,
with
like how people will, these beautiful stones.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I love that stuff.
Do you
Absolutely.
do you go to and do you go to shows at all to market your stuff, or is what you're doing now simply online?
This is it now. This is it.
So
I
now let's
started
hear about this.
Well, I did start in 1999 when I got pregnant. I started doing eBay in 1999. So
Okay.
I did eBay for many, many, many years.
Hmm.
Um, And then this, I just discovered it's coming up on 3 years ago, and it's taken the place of everything else.
Oh my gosh. Now explain to people how your sales work.
Well, my sales, I can speak for everybody does it a little bit differently.
Hmm.
Um, but
Now
I
you
try and,
work with a team of people at times.
yeah, I have a couple people that are my friends that we do sales together.
Hmm.
I do my own sales on usually Thursday and Friday nights. Friday night is my big, my, like my special me sale kind of thing.
Hmm. Hmm.
And, but yeah, we all agree on, how it's going to run. I've always wanted it. I always felt like it should be like an actual auction if you're going to call it an auction. And I call it auction style, I mean,
Hmm.
but we show an item, and we give an opening bid, the lowest amount we want to take for it at that time.
Can you
And
give an example
what do you mean, like a thing?
of something that you would sell?
Okay, so here's something I might sell, but I'm not going to because I just got it and it's in terrible condition. But this is like an old, like a flapper purse from the 20s, or maybe earlier, actually. This could be like eight. Yeah, I don't know actually how old this is yet, but it's broken.
Okay.
But I save stuff like this for me, right? Because I still think it's beautiful. I'm going to hang it on the wall. But I'd be like,
Oh,
okay,
that's
let's
beautiful.
say $10 opening bid, right? You put the start in, and then if somebody wants it, they'll put 10 in, and then you bid in $1 increments. I just do $1. It
Hmm.
seems to go well. So until nobody wants to bid anymore,
Hmm.
and then we do a countdown. We say going once, going twice, last call, and then sold.
Hmm.
And if somebody comes in during the countdown, like a real auction, this is the way I do it. Then we stop the bidding, we stop the countdown, and people can still bid until everyone's actually out. And I find that way to work for me because of the lag and the different internet speeds people have. Some people will
It's
just say, if you want this, put a 10 in the chat, and the first one to put the 10 in the chat gets it. And then it's always the same people getting everything, the ones with
yes.
the fastest internet speed. So
Hmm.
I really wanted it to be fair for everybody.
Hmm.
So that's why I do it that way. So, we wait and make sure, are you, if Calamity is done bid, are you done? If she hasn't said out yet, we'll ask, are
Hmm.
you done bidding? Are you out? And so that,
Hmm.
everybody gets kind of a fair shot, I think.
Do you have an item that stands out to you that it just here or on eBay where it just went nuts and you weren't expecting it to?
Were you there the other day for that?
Maybe.
I already packed it. I already packed it. It's yeah, it's going to the post office. Well, probably tomorrow now, or maybe tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a bracelet. I knew it was sterling. I knew it was old from the way it was made, but I had no idea what the stones were. I actually thought it was a fake pearl bracelet that all of the like the fake whatever they put on there had come off. It had all peeled off.
Yeah.
But apparently, no one's told me yet, but I went and researched. I think it's white amber. I think it might have
Okay.
been maybe it was white amber. So yes, I did start it at 20 because I knew it was
Hmm.
really old and special. Um, but yeah, the bidding, how long did the bidding go on for? I don't even know how long, half an hour or something.
It seemed like that. It was about half an hour. Yeah.
Yeah, so and then I ended up selling it for $256.
Dollars. Hmm. And is this what pays your bills?
Yeah, this is how I make my money.
Wow. So how often are you having to work each day?
You mean total? It's
Mhm.
always. It's always.
Total. To
It's always.
always. It
It's
doesn't stop.
yeah, if I'm not out shopping for stuff, then
Mhm.
I'm preparing stuff, taking the stickers off, cleaning it up, researching it, right? And then doing the sale, and then packing, doing all the accounting, right?
Mhm.
Keeping track of all the spreadsheets and everything that goes into it, the accounting. And then the shipping is what's the most time consuming. But then even when you're not doing that, we have to I'm constantly learning.
Mhm.
You can't ever know enough. You can't ever know enough. As far as I was a teacher too, so I'm learning. You never stop learning. And then on YouTube, like, you know finding people to come.
Yeah.
So networking is,
Networking is really big when it comes to this.
mhm.
Yeah, it really
So
is.
it's always you can't sit down and figure out how much you're getting paid an hour.
No,
It's nothing.
you'll cry.
I just consider it's my life, and I love it, and it's second nature, and
Mhm.
I get the dopamine hits at the thrift store, and I
Yeah.
come home and I research it, and I'm learning, and I love it, and so I have to consider all that part, like just the things I like to do in life,
Yeah.
right? And then the
Yeah.
sale, you try and go, okay, I'm going to have a 3-hour sale, and you want to make this much money, and you have to do it this many times a week, but that's not how many hours you're working.
Yes. No, no. Now, uh, is how do I ask this? Um, is in the room where you're at, is that where you keep everything that you sell, or how does that go? What are you laughing at?
I'm sorry. I just wrote cat. A cat apparently was at a certain sale.
Oh, oh, I missed it. She said I laughed so hard. I saw her comment, and I have to go back and see what it was.
It's right there. It's the last comment up here.
Okay. Oh, hold on. I can't see it. My thing fell down.
That's funny, cat. You're
Um,
there for that. Yeah.
Steph thought she had a glass toy, and she was so embarrassed until someone told her it was a glass pestle. Well, you know what? I use pestle. I use a pestle mortar every day. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't. It looked like something else to me.
yeah.
I'm glad somebody was there.
Oh gosh. Okay, moving on.
But it was beautiful. It was stone. Talking about rocks and stones.
Mhm.
Made out of beautiful stone.
Sure. And they weren't just made out of stones. Yes, Exy, that's what she's talking about. Yeah. The thing I used to blue my spices.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
get it. I know what one is now. I learned.
Yeah. You know what? If you ever come across a mortar and pestle, look me up. Let me know.
Cross them.
Huh?
We come across them.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think Helen has one right now, actually.
Oh. Oh. So now tell me about your partners that you work with.
Well, my main partner in crime is Helen, and she is on YouTube. She's known as the New England Thrifter,
Mm-hmm.
and she is in Rhode Island, and I'm here in San Diego, and we instantly became
Click.
great. I would say sisters. I would say
Oh. Yeah.
I don't have a sister, and I feel like it's the kind of relationship. Yeah. And
Mm-hmm.
um, I'd never had a YouTube internet friend before. Like, I didn't think people could be friends on the internet.
Yeah.
My I remember my stepmom used to be on Facebook and play Fish World. Do you know
Mm-hmm.
the Fish World?
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
she would be talking and talking about her Fish World friends. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, what on earth? Like, no, you do not have friends, Fish World friends.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, did I have to eat my words. 'Cause I didn't understand. I
Yeah.
didn't understand how it happens, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you people are, I'm probably closest to you than anyone in my real life here now,
Yeah. Yeah.
And the connection is at there's such an understanding level, like, because we're
Mhm.
all kind of doing this, right? And
Yeah.
like I was saying before, we're the one person, I'm the only person in my life doing this. And everybody else is like, what? Uh,
Yeah. Me
YouTube,
too. Me too.
what are you talking about? And then we all meet each other this way because we're that
Mm-hmm.
one person in our little world that's like, yeah, I'll go do that. We're the crazy old lady that's like, I'm going on YouTube.
I don't care. Okay, I am a dog. I am a dog. A door opener, back and forth. Last one. Come
It
on,
doesn't
Grace.
look like you go very far to do it. I keep thinking you just
No,
stand up and
I'm.
walk away.
That's why my chair is here,
I'm
and
going
my
to grab my
desk is
bottle
right
of
there.
water
Sure, go right ahead.
if I can find it.
Hey guys, so this is kind of interesting, isn't it? And for those of you who are lurking or watching the replay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And if you've
Thank
gone
you.
in the video this far, then make sure to put in there Steph sells antique jewelry. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. I am focusing on a lot of jewelry these days. But
Yeah.
also I know it's a sale, it's an
Hmm.
auction, but I I'm sure that you have the same feeling about your chat, that I just am so grateful for the people that come. I have, everyone is always welcome. Please come in. I know a lot of people lurk, but don't be shy. Say hi. I'm telling you, it is the most wonderful, wonderful group of people. I can't believe these people
Yeah.
came to me. I just, I'll start crying. I'll start crying. It's,
I feel the
I,
same.
I was the thing I was scared of YouTube. I'd never had a public profile, like not on Facebook, not on anything ever before. I did not want to be public, and you have to on YouTube. And I mean, if you want
Mhm.
your thing to work, and so I was afraid everyone was going to be, I've just heard horror stories about trolls and mean people, and I thought I thought for sure people were going to tell me I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm then the old lady. What do you do? What I thought was going to be happening
Mhm.
never happened.
Yeah.
Never
And
happened. Only the friendliest, most wonderful, beautiful people.
I feel the same way about our chat. They're very special to me. Very, very special. Yeah, very special.
Hmm. It's a
Um,
it's just magical.
it
So you
is.
don't have to buy anything. You
Mhm.
never have to buy anything. You just come hang out and we have fun.
Well, last night you were just hanging out working.
We do once a
Mhm.
week. Well, now we did it twice this week. Yeah, where we'll just, it's usually Monday nights. Monday nights,
Yep.
yeah. But now we're thinking we're going to do Wednesdays regularly too. Where, yeah, it helps us
Yeah.
to work together. We used to do it and not go live. We'd go into StreamYard and just hang out and not be live and get our work done. But now we go live and we have people come in and they do trivia questions, and
Mhm.
everyone hangs out with us while we pack our stuff and listen to
Yeah.
music and do trivia. So, yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
It is fun, huh?
Mhm.
Hey, do you have time for some questions?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, Eggsy is asking, Steph, are you in Old Town San Diego? He has friends and a brother there.
I love Old Town. I know where it is. I've been there many
Mm-hmm.
times, but
Mm-hmm.
no, I'm north and on the beach from there.
Okay. And then, Kath says, we are the FOD. And what the FOD is, and that's what we call, our chat, the friends on demand.
Oh wow,
You turn on your phone, boom, there they are. The FOD.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah,
Mhm.
true.
And let me see, let me just scroll back a little. Uh, oh, Eggsy loves my necklace. Tell them more about my necklace.
Well, I can't, I think it's carnelian. I think it's carnelian
Hmm.
stones.
And it has this super duper old lobster type of clasp. And you can just tell that it has been preciously taken care of. And I just love it. Let me show them a little more, and then maybe you'll be able to see how we can see you on the camera when you're doing your stuff.
Yeah, yep, that's what I do. That's what I
Yeah.
do. And I always try and make it, I'll tell you one thing, there's channels that have like uh well, I'll just say I want everyone, I want it to be like going to a thrift store. I want everybody to be able to afford something. I want everyone to be
Mm-hmm.
included. So I like to, I you can get things for $3, $4, $5, or
Mm-hmm.
you can get things for 256 occasionally. But
Right.
but yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
make sure that I not all my items. I try and do stuff that's just silly or fun, not really that valuable. Everything's not
Yeah.
super valuable. It's just fun. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Does anybody have any questions for Steph? Street poet, that says you're a modern day HSN.
sort of. Some people say that. Yeah.
You are. You are. I agree with that. And let me scroll back because I did see some questions. Just a moment. Uh, just a second. A mortar and pestle is a pharmacy and tool. Yes, they use it in the pharmacy a lot too. Okay. I can't go all the way back. You go why she go wild. She lives here in Wyoming also. And she can't wait to join the next one.
Yeah, please. Everyone's welcome. You do. I think part of the reason the chat, I really want to keep the chat safe. So I make it be subscriber only.
Mm-hmm.
And that just means everybody can watch. But if you want
Yep.
to type in the chat, you need to be subscribed. And that has completely filtered out all the spammers and all the troll, like everything. It's
It
on
does.
a very rare occasion somebody will say something and you just go, I mean, it's
I do
so
the same
I
thing
don't
now,
need,
Steph.
I have plenty of subscribers. I couldn't have ever imagined having this many subscribers. I'm not trying to get more, but you have to be subscribed to participate, and then you can unsubscribe if you want.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but
Sure.
just so you know ahead of time, you do have to be subscribed to actually chat in the chat.
Well, a lot of people are doing that now, especially because a lot of people go in phases and they really gain and then they lose and then
Mhm.
they gain and then they lose. It's like a big swashbuckler.
Mhm.
Yeah. Ella says she's already subbed. It was so fun.
Aw,
uh,
thank you.
uh,
Aw,
Steph,
Rainbow.
do you work for certain thrift stores nationwide?
Hmm?
Do you work with
No.
certain stores nationwide?
Work with them or what?
With them, like I think he's asking.
No, it's just me. I
Okay.
shop at thrift stores. I'll go to any thrift store, but I don't sell stuff for thrift stores, if that's what you mean.
Eggsy, can you clarify that? When's your next live sale?
It's tonight.
She's already
So,
posted up.
well, yes, it's tonight, although I might postpone it, but Thursdays and Fridays. Friday is my main night. So Thursdays and
Mhm,
Fridays I go on at 7:30 Pacific, which is
mhm,
10:30 Eastern. I'm like the late night. I do the late night stuff. And
yeah,
then Sundays is our brunch sale, which is a
mhm,
wonderful group of people. And that's at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern.
mhm,
And then we do Monday, Tuesday, the rest of Mondays, we're doing the old ladies working. And then Tuesdays, Helen and I do a sale at
mhm,
4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern.
mhm.
I know that's a lot to spit out, and remember, but um you know what I need to do? I need to go update my thing. I'm gonna write that down right now. I'm gonna update so you could go to the, like on the description page, and I'll
Yep.
and put the times of the sales. I think that right now they say 9 o'clock every night or something. So let me update the sales. Let me do that right after this.
Right after. But well, you're like me because if I don't do it immediately, I forget.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't
And
think it's accurate anymore on there.
mhm, yeah.
So,
And
but
so I try to stick to my time, but then
yeah,
sometimes
that's
I
I do
pop
too.
on, you
I do
know.
too. But it's with other people, working with other, like, over the years, it morphs and changes. So
Well, now let me tell you guys how I met Steph. I met Steph in our chat one day. She showed up and I was, Steph was sell stuff by the seashore. That's a mouthful. And you must have a channel. Do you have a channel? And then that's how I found her channel. And
which means I found you.
yeah, I guess
I
so.
found you.
I guess so. She found me.
I found you.
Love it. Oh,
And you got
yeah,
my attention right away because I was seeing just like who's live. And I'm like, wait, there's another crazy old lady doing something in the kitchen.
yeah, yeah. I get told a lot. Oh, you remind me of my grandma.
Yeah, people have said that to me too.
Yeah, and so, but I always take that as a compliment. You
It
have to.
is. It is.
Yeah,
It is
you
a
have
great
to.
compliment. They
Yeah,
must they must have really cool grandmas.
that's right. Heck yeah. I'll take that. I'll take that. Yeah, I'm kind of starting to be known as the YouTube granny.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
YouTube granny.
YouTube granny. So, so Steph, is there anything that you want to share with us? And like I had told you, most of my views come after the live.
Right, which is kind of opposite of me.
Hmm.
Nobody watches my stuff later. That's why, yeah. That
Thank
I
you,
want to put
Eggsy.
out real content though. I'd like to. I I have a couple thrifting videos out there, but mostly it's just easier just to go live. Like, I I'm very intimidated by editing and the downloading and editing and uploading and all that. But I do have a few out there. But so
Hmm.
that is one of my goals, is to get more regular YouTube content that people can watch later, because usually you have a sale, then the sale's over.
Well, what I really liked, you did a short of you getting down on the jams in the thrift
Oh
store.
yeah, I like doing some shorts.
Yeah. And but I was like, wait a minute. I wish this was longer because I would like to see how she shops.
Well, I've got some shopping videos out there,
Yeah.
but I want to do more. I want to do more of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Of what stone is soft to carve? Now, tons of fun carving. He is
Soapstone.
an Irishman who is actually in Ireland. and he as he listens, he's carving.
Aw.
He did a carving of me, and he made it a wooden spoon. S- I, it's adorable. God,
Wait. Where is it? Oh, shoot. Is it over there? Oh, no. Where is it now? I just bought some carving tools.
did you
I
really?
just got them from Amazon like this last week, but now I don't know where they went. Yeah,
Well,
I really want to start carving.
do you know of a softer stone that you
I
can
just hear
carve?
like soapstone, right? I
Yeah.
don't know what you have locally, what kind of stones are local, but um, I don't know that much about it. I just know a lot of people use soapstone. I
Hmm.
don't know.
Eggsy said soapstone. Try
Yeah.
soap. Well, when I before my place burned down, I had my own little she shack, and I did, and because the place was only 1,100 square feet, so I had to have some place to go. And I used to do all of my art out there, but I wasn't an artist like you were. I
Look at
anything,
this. I should be
anything.
interviewing you.
I just get out of here. But
I am
anything
fascinated with the stuff we have in common.
we do. But I would go for walks in the forest, and I would call it
That
my
I want.
shopping. I'm going shopping. And whatever I would find on the forest floor, if it spoke to me, well, I'd throw it on my four wheeler and then drive it home and start working on it. Well, um,
Huh.
there were some stones that I came across, and I would take a Dremel, and I had attachments that you can get on Amazon for carving into the rocks.
Oh.
And so what I would do was I would usually trace what I wanted, to do on the rocks, and then I would take my Dremel and just go over it, and it turned out beautiful.
So what's is it like a little spinning thing or something? What's a
Hmm.
Dremel?
A Dremel is a little hand tool that it kind of like looks like a pestle.
I'm totally
And
into this right now. This is like I'm starting at square one. I got wood carving tools, but ultimately I want to carve rocks too.
mhm. Well, go on to Amazon, look for a Dremel,
A Dremel.
Dremel.
Okay.
And then you can get
Dremel.
little, oh, Ton says that's what he uses.
Okay.
Okay. And then you can get little on Amazon or anywhere else, you can get little heads, different heads. So if you're going to carve on glass, you can carve on the glass.
Oh.
If you're going to carve on leather, carve on leather. If you're going to do a wood, you can carve out wood.
How much
But
does a Dremel cost?
for a Dremel, now you can get ones that are knockoffs that
Right.
are okay. A Dremel, I think it's around $100.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense.
Around 100, and then the little box of the heads, um, they range from $10 on up to 30.
Okay.
Yeah, so check that out for
I'm
sure.
inspired.
Yes,
Then we can do a
yes.
carving club.
Wouldn't that? Oh my gosh, I might. Yeah, but I drop everything now, so it's not really safe for me to use it. But I would watch for
Mm.
sure. Mhm. So, well, Steph, is there anything else that we should know? You think?
I don't know. I'm an open book though. If you want to come ask me questions, I
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. No, I don't have anything to leave you with except that except I kind of started this at the beginning. One of the things I've noticed on YouTube that I sorry,
That's
I
okay.
got something in my throat because this is so important to say. That the first thing I discovered was the thrifting world. And there are clearly people from all over the country together on one sale, together doing like I love that we can all come together in this common love for vintage or antiques or
Mhm.
whatever it is, carving. We all come together, and it doesn't matter where on the spectrum we fall in such a seriously divided time right now. I love that we can all meet here, and this is a human level that we can all get to know each other and
Yeah,
kind of maybe mm, lessen the divide.
I agree. I agree because the divide is it's harming so many. It really is.
And
And
it's keeping us from knowing people that we might love.
mhm. Absolutely. Absolutely. But you know what I have found from online stuff is everybody it's a place that somebody can come where everybody's equal.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
there's no, well, I do this, so I'm better than that. And,
Yeah.
you know,
None of
well,
that. Yeah. That
you know,
doesn't fly.
no, no. And so, and we all have so many differences, but, you know, it's kind of like they're all put aside and we can just enjoy
Mm-hmm.
each other. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and I
see,
put it in my it's in my description. I ask people to read it before they even hang out.
mhm,
Just make sure you're in the right place. These are the rules, and it works. It's a very wonderful, loving, safe place to hang out. So
it sure is. It sure is. I saw Eggsy that said something. Oh yeah, would like to know. Besides thrifting, what are your favorite hobbies?
oh boy. I mean, that pretty much covers it. Learning, but
Hmm.
that's the second part of the thrifting is the learning, the researching, finding out where it fit into history. Um, I kind of that's my hobby. That's it.
Hmm.
I
Well,
mean,
that.
I make jewelry. There's all sorts of other stuff I
Oh,
can say.
you
I
do.
I can say I do them. I just kind of don't anymore. So I would just be like tooting a horn that isn't really being blown anymore. Like I'm
Yeah.
really completely buried in this stuff. And it's my true passion and it's the love of my life. And
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I
Hi,
make
Muppets.
jewelry, I can paint, I ceramic, a lot of art, I do all sorts of other stuff, but
There's no time right now.
I don't really do it anymore.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
constantly on the hunt for cool stuff.
Right. Right. And so I just want to say that what Steph
Muppets!
sells is it's not junk.
No, I don't know. It's
It
not
is
junk.
not junk. No. And stuff her partners sell, it's not junky. No. It's
Yeah.
antique. It's beautiful. Look at, I mean, I
Yeah,
got to
we
show my
really
necklace.
feel like I know there's channels just like selling stuff out of there. I know. We want to be proud of what you get from us. Like, yeah.
It's just amazing. Yeah.
Lots of jewelry, lots of cheap jewelry, but it's all going to be good.
Yes. And you can,
There's
and
Nightmare and Muppet.
hi. Hi, ladies. It's good to see you. Well, do you ladies from Steph's chat, do you have anything that you would want to add? You know,
No,
they might have a little
those two can't
something.
ask me questions.
What's that?
Not those two.
Oh, those two. Mm-mm.
Nightmare. She's gonna no Octobot. Her new name's Octobot. No,
Okay.
they can ask me something, but I know it's gonna be a smart ass question.
But that's okay. That's okay. Oh. Okay. Do you love Steph? About Steph, I love her face off.
I love
She
her face.
loves your she loves your face off, like she loves you to death.
Oh, is that what that means? I love
Mhm.
Muppets. Is I can't even. I'll start crying. These two right here, Muppets and Nightmare.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
when I'm telling you, they're the most wonderful, beautiful, loving people.
Mhm.
There's not words to describe it. There's just
Yeah.
I tried to email tried to email Muppets a couple days ago about it. I just there's no words that that will the gratitude I feel in my body, you
Yes.
know? The love and gratitude I feel. I'm going to cry again.
I'm a
There's
sympathetic crier, so if you
I
start, I'll
don't have
start.
the vocabulary. I wish
Yeah,
I
that's
was more
okay.
articulate. I don't have it to describe how deep and how beautiful and how grateful I am for these people.
Look at how precious they are. They're saying that their house is filled with joy and love for you, from you. Yeah.
They get good stuff. They
Mhm.
buy stuff because it's always hard for me to let it go too, right? I
Oh yeah.
don't go out looking for stuff to make money on. That's
Sure.
the that I mean that's what I'm doing,
Mhm.
but what I'm looking for is stuff I love that I can pass on to somebody else and know they'll love it. You know what I mean? It's more
Mhm.
like, I want whatever's on these shelves that doesn't sell, I want to be able to look at it and love it if it stays,
Mhm.
and I don't want to just go buy stuff that I mean, I'm not, I mean, within reason. If I see
Yeah.
something that I know is worth a lot of money and it's only $5, yeah, I'm going to pick it up. But that's not how I go looking for stuff.
Have you ever come across treasures like that where um they didn't know what they're selling?
Mostly when it's like silver and gold, that's mostly the where it slips by them and you got yeah, mostly that. That's the easiest thing to describe. Or glass. There is a lot of glass they don't realize, like, might have a nice piece of Viking or Fenton or something and they just think it's, oh, here's an old vase,
Yeah.
so yeah, glass. I find a lot
Mhm.
of glass that excuse me, that they don't know what it is. They don't.
Mhm. Yeah. I bought a thing from Patricia of Chuck glass.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
yeah.
And so I just have so many other questions for you. Uh, I don't want to abuse this privilege. But how
Dragons.
how do you decide what to let go of and what not to?
I live with it for a little bit. I had a
Okay.
sale last when I was visiting my daughter in LA, and then Helen asked me to come on one Sunday at the last minute. And so I had to do a sale from there with the stuff I had just bought. And it was very uncomfortable for me. Usually
Oh.
I have it and I spend some time with it. Sometimes there's things that I think I'm going to keep forever, and then I spend some time with it, and no, I can sell that, or then the opposite happens too. But yeah, I just spend some time with it, and then I let it go. And
What do you go ahead?
I sorry, that's important. I did not have such an easy time letting go of stuff when I was doing eBay.
Mhm.
When I know it's going to Nightmare's house or Muppet's house, these people that are in the chat that are coming, it's almost like just passing it on to its next home at a good friend's house.
Mhm.
And it's even if I love it and I hate to get rid of it, it's so much easier knowing it's going there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I tell you, I'm going to be replacing because I don't have anything except for what's been given to me, and I'm replacing a lot of my stuff from you because I love old vintage stuff and I've missed it. I've
Yeah, I
missed it.
bet. You had
Yeah,
that's just tragic.
yeah, but
That's
it's okay. It was I've I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot through it. So
There's another I think I put your name in her chat. There's a channel called Vintage Texas Uprising. Sometimes I get those mixed up. Vintage Uprising Texas. Her
Okay.
name's Tammy, and her husband's name is David. Their house just burnt to the ground like about a week ago.
Oh
Maybe
no.
2 weeks now. Everything.
Yeah.
And they're doing videos about it. But so I've been watching them go through that and thinking about that you went through that.
Yeah. I crawled out of mine. Yeah.
Mm.
And and then everything was done within 45 minutes. You know, it was just,
Wow.
yeah. But
Wow.
I'm going to keep them in keep them in my prayers, because
Yeah.
they do not have an easy road coming towards them. That was the easiest part for me, is to lose the place.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
Steph, will you come back?
Of course.
Okay.
Of
And
course.
next time we won't have any nerves.
Yeah. I was nervous. I feel always like on this, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
But
but
I was comfortable. You were very nice to me.
oh, well, I love you.
Very
I
nice to me.
really do. So, oh, Steph, I thank you so much. Thank you so much. This has been a
No,
lot of fun.
thank you. It's
Yeah.
been wonderful discovering you.
Oh, likewise, likewise. And I'll be there tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
everyone's welcome. Come by. I don't know what time
Please.
is it right now.
It is 5:30 my time.
Oh, okay. So 2 hours. In 2 hours.
Yeah, yeah. So
Oh
you
no.
guys, wait, wait, I'm an hour ahead of you.
Yeah, and it's 5:30 there.
So it's
Okay. Yes.
4:30.
Okay. Yes. 3 hours. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So okay. So I'm sure that there'll be people stopping in, and for those who come over to Steph, make sure you say that you came from Calamity, so
Yeah,
she
come
knows who you
over and
are.
say yeah, and please don't be shy. Just say hi from Calamity. Yeah, just and you will be welcomed with open arms. I promise. And again, you do not
Mm,
have to buy anything. You do not have
yeah.
to just come hang out, and then if you want to buy something, you can.
Yeah, and there's never any pressure ever.
No, no, not at all.
Yeah,
Not
never.
at all.
So
I'm not a good salesperson, so
not either.
like here's my thing. If you want it, you can get it.
That's right. That's right. Steph, thank you so much. And
Thank
then I'll be seeing you tonight. And thank you
Okay.
for everything.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you for thinking.
Appreciate you. And
Okay.
then we'll see you tonight.
Okay. Bye,
Okay. Bye,
everybody. Thank
guys.
you.
Be good humans.
Be good humans. Stay human.